Hey guys, I'm really excited to bring you this property today. It is a newer home built in a little suburb of Memphis called Cordova, 6987 Park Brook Lane, a little 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a 2-car garage. This is called a garden style home, and what we mean by that is it's not a zero lot line. You have a small side yard, front yard, and backyard. You have a fenced in backyard. This is really popular with my empty nesters who's becoming a very strong renter for me. So my parents are a good example. They're in a large home, some bedrooms upstairs. It's time to downsize maybe. Maybe too old in their opinion to go out and buy another house and take a 30-year mortgage. Too young to go to a retirement home or assisted living. So the baby boomers are becoming a great rental pool for us. This house is perfect. It's low maintenance, low utilities. It's all brick. So, you know, it's a little tank. And for $100 a month, you could have some utilities on a property like this one. Single moms. I get a lot of single moms renting houses like this from me. So, you know, much better than an apartment. Great neighborhood, areas to play, a huge park. We'll see that here in a minute. So 3-bedroom, 2-bath, all one level. This would be great for a young family, single mom, empty nester. It just fits a lot of people's needs. Before we get into this property, I got to tell you again about the Memphis in May BBQ Festival and our tour of properties. So this is the 3rd year that I'll have investors in town. We'll have a day of education, a short day of education. So we're going to learn about Memphis. We're going to have a special guest in that's going to talk about cash flow, creating cash flow for you, the tactics that work for investors nationwide. We'll have some big time investors here that own 50 plus properties in Memphis. So just being in the room with those types of guys is well worth coming. That evening, we'll go down to the Mississippi River. We'll have a tent sponsored where we'll have a team that's competing in this contest, and we'll get to socialize. That's a really big part of these tours, is getting around other investors, other like-minded people, and seeing what's working, what's not. So we'll talk more about that soon. But let's get back to Park Brook. Where is it? So from downtown, where you see St. Jude's logo, go due east, and the big green area is Shelby Farms Park. It's a 4,500-acre park right in the center of town. It's where you'll find my family on a nice day. There's bike lanes all through town that can get you to Shelby Farms. To the north of Shelby Farms is Cordova. The yellow area is actually a county-only area, meaning you only pay county taxes. The pink area is Memphis, so you pay Memphis city taxes and Shelby County taxes. The yellow areas are county-only areas, and it's about a 40% savings in your tax bill. So Cordova, this is a zoomed-in shot of the neighborhood showing comparable sales. We always want to see multiple comparable sales, 1 or 2. You know, what's going on? Why haven't there been any homes trading? You want to see sales from homeowners and investors. You're going to see both in good neighborhoods. If you see all investor sales, maybe it's a red flag or at least a yellow flag. Comparable sales should be in the same vicinity. That's why a map is important to me. They should be of the same age range, square footage range, and renovated to the same level. So they're comparable. Does that make sense? A brand new home and a 1974 home, they're hard to show as comparable sales. So this little house, like I said, county-only area, all brick, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, very attractive to a lot of different high-quality type tenants that we want to have rent in our houses. The garage is in the back of the house. So from the front street, real pretty boulevard, you just see the fronts of the homes. And then it has a little alleyway that takes you back to the back where you get into the 2-car garage. As you can see, I have some fence work to do. We just purchased this house. Renovation starts Monday. Multiple colors of walls. Although there's very pretty colors, I'm going to come back in with a gray color that my wife has chosen. It's the one we used in our personal house for the walls. Because if my wife picked it and then all of her friends like it, it's going to work really well in this house. But just pay attention to the extra crown molding and detail in this house. These newer homes really kind of stand out and attract that quality tenant, which is what our goal is. All the carpet's going away. So carpet's going in the dumpster, hard surface floors are going in. This house will have all hard surface floors. The bathroom, this is the master bathroom. To the right of this door is a soaking tub, a Whirlpool soaking tub, double vanity, and a stand-up shower. So this little drawer was popped off. The previous person living here, I guess they were rough on that drawer. I fixed it while I was there. So when I was there looking at the house, taking these pictures, I pulled out the drill, pop, 2 screws in, and that drawer's back on. Easy fix. It's just a dummy drawer that folds out for a hairbrush. It's not a pull-out drawer. All of tile in the bathrooms. This is where this house gets really exciting. So since it's county-only taxes, big cash flow. So what is cash flow? Let's take your monthly income. $1,275 is what the other homes are renting on the street. So that's our target rent. We're shooting for $1,275. And if the other guys are getting it, I feel pretty confident we will too. So from that, we're going to need to subtract our expenses. And I've got vacancy. And some people would argue, well, vacancy is not an expense, but I'd say it is. Over a 10-year period, you can expect about a 3% vacancy in this property. Now, I'm going to have a 2-year lease, which is really going to hedge your bet. If someone's not willing to sign a 2-year lease, how serious are they? So a 2-year lease or nothing at all in this house is what I've instructed my property management team to do. So you have vacancies, you have hazard insurance. I've had a couple of questions about this recently, so let me just clear it up. It's just like the insurance you have on your personal home. In case of a fire or some act of God or vandalism, anything you can imagine, this insurance policy is there to protect the property. Principal and interest, that's your payment to the bank. Repairs, even though this house is newer, it's built in 2004. It's funny that we're calling 2004 newer these days, but it is newer than a lot of the properties you've seen as investment properties, and it's being renovated now. It will have repairs in the future, so we're always saving those for those future repairs. Management, 8% of the collected rent is our management fee, so $102 a month there. And then, of course, Uncle Sam gets his money, $95.75 a month. That is not a typo. This house has a lower tax bill because it's not in the city of Memphis or another municipality. So $276 is what's left. $267 is what's left over. That's our monthly cash flow. That's a 10% cash-on-cash return. Don't get too used to that. A 10% cash-on-cash return is amazing these days. So what is a cash-on-cash return? So if we take our gross monthly income, $1,275, subtract our expenses, that'll give us a monthly net operating income. Sometimes you'll see that NOI. We multiply that times 12, and we'll get $10,983. We'll divide that into the total cash needed to purchase the home. In this case, $32,000. That came from a 20% down payment and closing cost. That gives us our cash-on-cash return on investment, 10%, which is amazing. Further in the Diligence Vault, which I'll show you how to get there in just a minute, you'll see even a more detailed pro forma, which breaks down what you can expect from this property over a 30-year period. Now, the numbers I'm using for this are a 3% increase in income, meaning we'll, on average, raise the rent 3% per year, and 8% property value increase year over year. Recent data supports a little bit higher, but be conservative. I put an 8% in there. And then on the left-hand side, you'll see a 3% a year per year expense increase because it's based on our income of the property. So since we use a percentage of collected rent to determine our expected future maintenance, then that will rise as rent rises. So from the website, you have the opportunity to click the button that says Talk to an Advisor. If you do that, it's going to open my calendar through an app I use called Calendly. You can pick a day and a time that's convenient for us to jump on the phone, talk about any of the properties I have, or just to talk about your investment goals and how I might be a catalyst to help you achieve those goals. You have the ability to subscribe to the mailing list. If you're not getting the emails about my properties, each time I have a property, I do a video like this. I send it out to you guys. You can subscribe to my list right there. Or if you have a friend that wants to subscribe, please tell them to jump on the list. You can click on any picture of any house on my website, and it'll open up the Diligence Vault. The Diligence Vault was created to give an informed investor all the information they need about a property to eliminate it as a possibility for their portfolio or to move forward. And to move forward might mean to get on the phone or a video conference with me and ask more questions. Or you might say, you know what, this one fits my buy box. this is the one for me. It's real simple. You push the order now button right here and you fill out a quick survey, and that property is reserved for you. Many of you are going to be upset about this one because it's going to be reserved, I'm sure, before the end of the night. It's the weekend, so let's talk Monday about that. You have a folder in here called comps. Comps means comparable sales. You want to make sure that there's homes selling in the immediate vicinity, same, square footage, same quality of home. So I'll have several comparable sales in the folder. If you click on one of those, it'll open a PDF. It'll show you the square footage, the price the people paid for the house, all the information you want about the property. So I'll always have an open invitation to come and visit me. I'd like for you to come, meet my team. We'll go out and look at properties. But the big chance for you guys to come is coming up here in May. In May 17th and 18th, you guys have the opportunity to come out, meet the team, and we'll go down to the BBQ Festival. We'll have a lot of fun. You'll get to hang out with other investors that are doing the same thing you're doing. Building a portfolio to create that passive income, to save on taxes, and create generational wealth is what most of you guys tell me. You want that passive income. So maybe you can, not work as much or quit your job or replace one of your incomes. So May 17th and 18th would be a great time for you to come out, meet the team and all the other investors. The second day, we will board a tour bus. We will see neighborhoods that we invest in, neighborhoods we stay away from, and why. So why seems to be a theme for today's video. I wanted to share with you a little bit of my why. Why am I working so hard? Why do I want to grow a portfolio that creates a passive income so that I can live life on my own terms? So that when this little guy is big enough to play t-ball, that I can be the coach, not just go to every game. So that I can be a present father and husband. What is your why? And how can I help be a catalyst to get you there? Is it finding properties for you that are going to produce consistent results? If that's the case, then I need to see you here in May 17th and 18th. You need to book your ticket, come out here, meet me. Let's get on the same page and see how I can help you out. Visualizing that future is a big part of my life. So, seeing myself in the, funny looking little uniform, the coaching uniform for my son's t-ball game, having the ability to be there because I have a passive income supporting my lifestyle is powerful. If you visualize buying a few rental properties and what a rocky road it's going to be, it's probably going to end up that way. But imagine if you can visualize creating a team of elite warriors that now you're not on your own. You've got a guy 2,000 miles away for some of you in town that has your best interest in mind. He's finding properties in areas that work. He's doing a full renovation so that we're cutting down on maintenance preventers for you. Then you have property management in place that's fully aligned and taking care of your property the way you would. That's what I want to create for you. If you have any interest at all in growing that generational wealth, creating a different life for your family, starting envisioning that today, come out to Memphis, meet me. If you can't come in May, then we'll meet up another time. Thanks so much, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Talk to you soon.